everybody, TMW here again. Welcome back to SFF180. It's Monday, and you know what that means. It is time, once again, for Mailbag Monday. So let's see what I got. I got a slightly smaller week in the mail. That usually happens. It tends to be maybe the week before the end of a month when I get most of my review copies. But I have some books here today, so we'll check them out. And yes, I'm outside because it's a gorgeous day, a little bright. But I didn't want to be cooped up inside doing this, so we'll give it a shot here, shall we? Before I get into the books, though, I want to say thanks to everybody who has made the launch week of this YouTube channel such a great experience for me. I've been very well received, a lot of enthusiastic and encouraging comments. So also, let's see, who else should I thank? My good friend Matt Olson, who has designed all my awesome Wink title cards for the videos. Thanks very much to him for his great work. You can check out his DeviantArt page in the About section below, is linked there. I've been still learning the ropes on this YouTube thing. Some of the older videos had some technical glitches. I've been running into Murphy's Law here and there, especially on that Ender video that should also be up by now. All manner of glitches going on there. I had to re-record bits of it. Then I decided, oh, I didn't like that narration, so I had to rewrite it, because it turned out like... I'm thinking to myself, oh God, is this going to be more of a hassle than it's worth? But you know what? No. You see the end result, and it's a lot of fun. So again, thanks to you for helping make the first week such a blast. So let's move on, shall we, with the books. Okay, so this first one comes from Tor, and it is something that I very enthusiastically is the word, sir. Looking forward to. Burning Paradise, Robert Charles Wilson. Really like Charles when he's on. He is very much on. In fact, I think he's probably the only writer on my site where I have given him 2 5-star book reviews, which is fairly rare. Of course, now with a lot of other writers, it's just a case of there being gaps in my reading, so I understand that. So it's no fault of nobody's there but my own. But yeah, I loved Spin, and I loved Julian Comstock. I thought both of those were really masterpieces of the form, and this is his new book. And I believe this is in bookstores. Yes, tomorrow, on sale, November 5th, 2013. An exhilarating tale, they say, of a near-future world mysteriously different from our own, but still recognizable. Cassie Klein, who's 19 years old, lives in the United States in the year 2015, but it's not our United States, and it's not our 2015. Cassie's world has been at peace since the Great Armistice of 1918. There's no World War II, no Great Depression. But Cassie knows the world is not what it seems. Her parents were part of a group who gradually discovered the awful truth. And, well, we'll discover it together, tell me. But so again, as always with the Monday Mailbag videos, let me know in the comments which of the books you would like to see me prioritize on my review queue. But here is the new Robert Charles Wilson. Okay, so you're going to hear traffic, see traffic going by. That's just, I can't control that. I can't lock the street down. Catherine Valente, who has been doing this middle grade trilogy. It's what they call middle grade in the world of publishing. And the third book is The Girl Who Soared Over Fairyland and Cut the Moon in Two. This is, I have the first 2 books again. You know me, I still need to get around to reading all of them. But again, with the third one out, I could probably do them all in one go. It's a glorious balancing act between modernism and the Victorian fairy tale, done with heart and wisdom, says no less a personage than Neil Gaiman. Now, if I recall correctly, Catherine Valente actually began this series self-publishing it on her own website. And it ended up having a great deal of success. I think the first book, which was The Girl Who Circumnavigated Fairyland, in a ship of her own making, that won an award, I believe. Yes, Andre Norton Award, says right here. Just by virtue of being on her site, and it gave her career a much, much needed boost at the time, and so now she's turned it into a trilogy, and here's the third one. Okay, well, here we are. This is the anniversary faux leather-bound $50 edition of Chris Paolini's Aragon. All right, now, I'm just going to get this out in the open right at first. I know this is a very popular series, huge bestseller. There's also, there are a lot of haters out there. In fact, this, my review of Aragon, and I have reviewed Aragon, it was, but only the first in this series. And it's a review that I continue to get a little bit of grief for. I think some people feel I was friendlier to the book than it deserved. I mean, it's only a 3-star review, people. Good God. But, you know, I sort of gave it a little bit of slack, despite being nothing but a catalog of epic fantasy cliches. It was still like, yeah, the kid's 15, what have you. But who knows? Here is now the anniversary celebration. I mean, the thing became a big bestseller, and he became a hugely famous guy, where I think perhaps the attitude is that there are more talented and deserving epic fantasy writers who should have gotten that level of fame. But anyway, let me know if you think that Aragon is something I need to reread and perhaps come to a reevaluation of. But in any event, here is the big blue and gold stamped anniversary copy. Onward to Nick Cole's The Wasteland Saga. This comes to me from Harper Voyager. This is an omnibus edition of a trilogy of books that Voyager initially published as ebooks. And now they've done a physical copy, which is an omnibus of all 3 books. Nick Cole sends us on a suspenseful odyssey into the dark heart of a post-apocalyptic America in this 3-part adventure. 40 years after a devastating thermonuclear Armageddon, mankind has been reduced to salvaging the ruins of a broken world. In a style that's part Hemingway and part Cormac McCarthy's The Road, of course. That's if you have a post-apocalyptic novel now, that's what you want to be compared to. The Wasteland Saga chronicles the struggle of the old man, very archetypal, his granddaughter, and a mysterious boy as they try to survive the savage lands of this new American Dark Age. 3 books in this omnibus collection: The Old Man and the Wasteland. It's a very Hemingway on the nose with the reference there. The Savage Boy, and The Road is a River. Again, he seems to be very unsubtle about name-checking his literary references, but yes, these could be really good books. I don't know. Maybe some of you read them in e-form. Tell me what you think. But otherwise, there it is. The Wasteland Saga by Nick Cole from Harper Voyager, and it is on sale already. Okay, apparently, according to this this sale sheet, the date was October 15th, so this one's actually been out for a while. There you are. Okay, so this comes to me from Penguin again, and it is Stephen Baxter's Iron Winter. This is the 3rd book in a trilogy. I know, I've yet to catch up with, but again, now that all 3 books are out, I could review all of the Northland trilogy in one go. The first 2 volumes were Stone Spring and Bronze Summer, and the new one is Iron Winter, 3rd and final. A journey that has not only thrilled but enchanted me, says one reviewer. A series that generated one hell of a ride from start to finish. So this is out in stores tomorrow, November 5th. And he is bringing his epic Northland trilogy to a close as a once thriving civilization faces winter without end in Iron Winter. So let me know about the Northland trilogy, guys, if you would like me to review all 3 of them and tell you what they're all about. Yeah, I'm going to pick up all this litter. Don't worry, guys. I mean, good God, it's my front yard. I'm not going to... All right, okay. Now, here's the thing. I get a lot of requests from small press writers, self-publishers, people like that. A lot of queries. I have a small press guidelines page on my website that I wrote actually in 2005, so it's in desperate need of updating, really. Because the publishing world's a slightly different place than it was back then. You know, now in 2013... self-publishing doesn't carry the stigma that it did back then and all that kind of good stuff. But I'm sorry to say that it's still the case that when I look at most of the small press queries that I get, I look at the books and I just don't see something that I think is all that exciting, or it's a case where the writer clearly should have given themselves more time. There's a reason that traditional publishing is hard, right? I mean, you have to pass this line of scrimmage, as it were, where you are determined whether or not you've got what it takes to do this sort of thing on a professional level. So editors and agents, they're really out there to help you and not hinder you. But every once in a while, some good stuff comes from the world of small press and self-publishing. And this was one where I thought the premise looked kind of intriguing, and he had a sample chapter on his site, and so I thought I would go ahead and say, yes, please send me the book. It's called The Epiphanist, and the author is William Rosencrans. When everyone is genetically engineered, what happens to the rejects? They're sent to a tropical island populated by freaks and misfits, cripples and madmen. And among their number, a boy is coming of age. Vladimir has been raised on a prison plantation because of the statistical likelihood that he'll commit a violent crime. But his record, despite the occasional hallucination, because when you're a genetically engineered mistake, I guess that's the least of your problems, His record is clean, and the authorities have nominated him for parole. But when war destroys his home, he must fight his way to freedom through a nightmare world of feudal brutality and nanotech wonders. Vladimir has two choices: to defy his fate and redeem himself, or die trying. So, there we are. The Epiphanist by William Rosencrantz. Thought it looked interesting, so there you are. And last but not least, from Penguin, who have outdone themselves this week, thank you for the second copy of Iron Winter. I guess I can set them side by side and put on the funny glasses and read them in 3D. But there we go. All right. They really would like you to know that Iron Winter's coming, so here it is. See, look, I'm not kidding. It's through the magic of Real D. Okay. Well, thank you very much. Once again, let me know in the comments which of the books that you have seen on the show today you'd like for me to prioritize in the review queue. And as I have a bad habit of repeating myself, I'm going to do it anyway. Thank you again for making the launch week of this channel such a lot of fun. Until next time, happy reading, everyone.